Welcome to today's Mampara of the Day, and I'm taking a leap away from the world of politics and the world of parliamentary Mamparas to take a closer look at something that is no doubt causing many South Africans feelings of depression and despair on this Monday after what happened in Durban over the past weekend. Yes, I'm talking about the rugby match that happened between New Zealand and South Africa. After all the glowing predictions made by so many sporting journalists within South Africa, when push came to shove, pardon the pun, over this past weekend, it seemed like the South African team were playing only one half of the match, while the New Zealanders were able to maintain their pace for the full 80 minutes. So that leads me to my Mampara award is to the management team of South African rugby. And what I'll be looking at here is a number of key factors. Take a look at the match closely. Was it that the South African team simply ran out of energy, ran out of endurance, were not able to maintain the pace for the second half of the match? Or was it a factor of that the South African team decided partway through that second half to simply stop making the effort anymore? If it is a case of the South African rugby players not being prepared to make the effort anymore, not really trying their utmost, not laying it all on the line and pushing all the way through the 80 minutes, then what I'd say is that the South African rugby's management team need to be looking at really closely how the contracts of the players are put together. Are the players securing lucrative Springbok rugby contracts simply by putting on the blazer, simply by pitching up, irrespective of what the outcome is? Then why is a player going to be putting their body on the line and pushing that last ounce of energy out of themselves if the outcome of the match has got zero bearing on whether or not they are able to secure better remuneration for that particular match? So that's the one thing to be looking at. So if it is a case of the players mentally checking out in the second half of the match, then South African rugby needs to relook at the contract setup and maybe make the base contract smaller and have incremental bonuses based on the performance of the team on the field. In other words, match-winning bonuses, and the match-winning bonuses being structured in accordance with by how large the match-winning margin is, and also by the ranking of the team that they are able to beat. And there are plenty actuarial scientists around that will be able to work out a really simple to implement mathematical formula that South African rugby can use for exactly that purpose. If it's a case, however, of the South African rugby team running out of energy, running out of endurance in the second half of the match, then the first thing that the management team needs to do is get a sports physician in to examine the team. What are their vitamin B12 levels like? What is their hematocrit level like? If it's a vitamin B12 issue, then give them vitamin B12 shots. Those vitamin B12 in injectable form is the most effective form of vitamin B. It is completely legal in terms of WADA, and it is as cheap as fuck. You can get 10 vials of vitamin B12 for €3. It's simply super cheap, super easy to get a hold of, completely legal. If their vitamin B12 levels are sufficient but their hematocrit level is down, then B12 will even help to improve the hematocrit level. However, take it from another athlete that has retired now, as far as what the athletes are able to do and what your opposition is already doing, is listen to this little insert really quickly.
The half-life of EPO is 4 hours. So you can back it out from there and figure out when you're in trouble.
Will he pass every test because he does not take EPO? Yes, he will.
That's it. EPO has a half-life of 4 hours, which means that if you're not tested within a 4-hour period of taking EPO, there's nothing that can be detected whatsoever. The difference here is that what EPO will allow you to do is the energy level, the speed that the team is able to play for the first half of the match. That exact same intensity will be able to be maintained all the way through the second half. It's as simple as that. Small microdosed EPO will take the team at the same intensity, the same speed, all the way through the entire match. It's as simple as that. And we know for a fact, based on performances, that South Africa's opposition are already playing that game. So because the opposition is playing that game, does that really mean that it's cheating? Should the South African rugby team be doing the same as what the opposition is doing, or is it just simply leveling the playing field? Your call. And let me know what you think about that possibility in the comment section down below. Remember, like and share this video, post any comments, questions, criticisms that you may have in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think the South African team can do to improve their performance. And very importantly, if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button that's down there, and last but by no means least, until the two of us meet again, try not to get yourselves lost or killed, and I'll see you tomorrow.